Isekai.
The Rebirth of the Malicious Empress of Military Lineage. Chapter 62, Uninvited Guest. The skies gradually darkened, and in the temple, the monk hit the last bell of the day. As the skies thickened, the rain fell onto the trees, emitting the fragrant soil smell. Shen Yu sat in front of the table, and placed the pages down. She rubbed her eyes, and it seemed that she was somewhat tired. The maids beside asked, "Does young lady want to rest?" Shen Yu did not say anything. She opened the window, and the room next door was Shen Qing's. Shen Qing's room was not far from her, and at this moment was lighted up. "Second young lady want to sleep together with eldest young lady?" the maid hesitantly asked. "No." Shen Yu turned with some disgust. "Go to the courtyard door, and close it." At the other end, Shen Qing was in the room fiddling with some toys, and yawned lazily. She took a look outside. "It is already this late." She got up. "It is good to rest." When she passed the table, she suddenly saw there was a unique-shaped incense burner, and there was also incense nearby. Shen Qing picked it up, and smelled it, and felt that was a clear fragrance. She said, "Also, light up this incense." After another short moment, the lights in the room were extinguished. Everything was attributed to the silence. As the night fell on the ancient temple in the mountain, other than the birds tweeting, and the bugs sleeping, there was only the rain hitting the roof tiles, and the crisp sounds of the rain dripping down from the tiles to the stone floor. In the silence at the deepest room of the North Pavilion, even the candles were quietly extinguished. It seemed that there were someone's footsteps gently passing in the dark, and, if there was someone who did walk by, one would be able to see a purple-clad young female sitting at the table by the window. Her complexion was clear, and there was no expression on her face. There existed only a pair of eyes that were so clear that the night could not cover them, as if it was a hunting animal that was in close pursuit of its oncoming prey. The tiles above their heads seemed to have some rustling sound, making Gu Yu and Gings, who was standing behind Shen Miao, raise their heads as they nervously protected the person in front of the table. After a moment, a cat called Meow was heard from the window outside. Both of them sighed relief at the same time. Not waiting for them to catch their breath, they heard a burst of rapid footsteps. Even though the sounds were light, they were exceptionally clear to the three of them who were not asleep. Afterward, the window was opened, and a figure jumped in. "Young lady, it is Mo King," that person whispered. It was then when Gu Yu and Jings were finally relieved. Jings lit a thin candle as she was afraid that the light could be seen from outside. Upon first glance, she was shocked as she saw that Mo King was carrying someone on his back, and that person was Shen Qing. At this moment Shen Qing's eyes were closed, with a look of being in a deep sleep. Jings and Gu Yu were endlessly frightened, but Shen Miao swept a look at Shen Qing before she lightly spoke. "You did well." Mo King's expression was somewhat embarrassed. It was also his first time doing this kind of thing, and he did not know what was Shen Miao planning exactly. He guessed in his heart that it was most likely Shen Miao's tantrum, as she was not satisfied with her current room, so she used this method to change the rooms in the middle of the night. But this method was too brutal. If one was not careful, and was discovered, he would be a flower thief, aka deflowering thief. No matter how much he explained, there was no way of clearing himself. However, it was good that Shen Qing and Shen Yu had only 2 guards outside their rooms, and for a general lineage as young lady, it would be just too strange. But it was just the case, and he would not be met with trouble, as carrying a little young female was an easy thing to do, and before that, he also followed instructions to mix Shen Qing's incense with those that could make her sleep deeply. "Carry her to the bed." Shen Miao said. Mo King followed the instructions, and after some thought, he pulled the quilt over to cover Shen King. Even at this moment, Mo King still did not understand what Shen Miao wanted to do. "Young lady, now Gu Yu asked testily. In this room, other than Shen Miao, there was no one else that knew what she wanted to do. Mo King thought that Shen Miao was acting rashly, and as for Jing's and Gu Yu, they vaguely could tell that something was wrong. The current Shen Miao would not have acted rashly just because the room was not ideal, and not to mention carrying someone over in the middle of the night. If it was just because of that small thing, it was making a mountain out of a molehill. Leave. Shen Miao's eyes swept across the person on the bed. Leave? Gu Yu was surprised for a moment. Where do we go? Naturally to the room of my eldest sister. Mo King sighed in his heart. It was indeed a childish prank. There was some dissatisfaction in his heart about Shen Miao. He did not think that Shen Miao looked quiet and cool, but had such a stubborn temper inside, to even play with her own Tangji's innocence, for such a small matter. Just as he was thinking, suddenly his expression changed, and he whispered, "Who is it?" This time, Gu Yu and Jing's panicked. "Were you been seen when you came over?" Shen Miao's expression sank. If it was the people from that side, there was no logic for them to be this fast. With Ren Wanyun's comprehensive and thorough temperament, she would definitely not let that side and wait a while longer. How could it be that when Mo King brought the person in, someone would have found out? Could it be? Her expression changed. If there was no choice, then one could only take the lowest approach. "I will go out first to take a look." Mo King extracted the sword from his waist, but, when he reached the door, there was a figure flitting by the window. Because Mo King did not want to make such a big movement, he called out softly, "Who is it?" And his sword pointed towards that direction. However, that black-clad man only lightly avoided Mo King's sword. No one knows what kind of skills he used. With one leg on the window eaves, he could fly in like a sparrow, and swim like a fish in the water. Once he entered the room, he suddenly turned around, making Mo King unable to respond in time. Then that person turned sideways in a flash, and grabbed the sword in Mo King's hands easily. In the next moment, that sword was pointing above Mo King's neck. The sudden changes made everyone stunned. Shen Miao was also somewhat surprised in her heart. With Mo King's high martial arts, he could rise to the position of commander. Initially, it was because of his martial arts skills that he could protect Shen Miao for all those years in Qin country. However, he was unable to surpass this black-clad person, and even lost his sword to the other in no more than 5 moves. Mo King also did not think that the opponent would be higher in skills than him, and even though he was ashamed, he was, however, more worried about Shen Miao's safety as he said, "This one has no ill feelings with his brother. Why is there a need to take such violent actions?" His words were not wrong. Tonight in this temple, other than the monks, there were only the guards from Shen's residence. But, the guards in Shen's residence did not have such a high level of skills. Mo King was surprised. Were there other people in this Wolong temple? The other person did not have any intention of letting go. Listening to the slightest sound, it was Shen Miao who lit a spark, and set the almost extinguished candle up again. The other person did not expect that someone would suddenly light a fire, and could not disguise his face fast enough, subconsciously intending to kill those who had seen it. However, when that little dim light shone, nothing could be hidden in the room. When Shen Miao's cool eyes met that handsome face, there was a trace of amazement, but, later there was a frown on that face. "Shen family's girl. Is it possible to let my bodyguard go?" Shin Miao's voice was cooler than the autumn wind outside, thanking little Z Marquis.